That's that clean mountain air they always say is good for respiratory problems. I'd hate to see what bad air looks like. Ever since Brigham Young led the first settlers into Salt Lake Valley, there have been air problems here. Rather than blame themselves, people have often blamed the inversion, a natural phenomenon in the Salt Lake Valley.
Salt Lake Valley has always been impacted by the temperature inversions, which are the meteorological phenomenon that traps pollution near the ground. As the population increased, then the pressures on air quality increased as well. The history of air quality in the valley is such that the air quality in the past was actually much worse than it is now, and it's actually been improving significantly over the last 30 years.
We'd like to think we are improving, and in reality we are. But all it takes is one walk out your door to see we are far from in the clear. We are emitting pollutants from refineries that continue to make breathing the air a liability.
The valley is in non-attainment for PM 2.5, which are particles that are smaller than 2.5 micrometers in diameter. These are the particles that are most easily inhaled and make it deep into the lungs. We have a very serious PM 2.5 problem, especially during the winter, during our inversions. But we also have ozone problems during the summer. We're also in non-attainment for ozone in the summer. The changes that have been made over time have dramatically reduced the concentrations of the other criteria pollutants. Carbon monoxide has gotten dramatically cleaner as the efficiency of our vehicles have increased and our fuel mileage has increased as well. Those are primarily due to federal mandates on the car manufacturers. The sulfur dioxide has gotten significantly better in the last 20 years, primarily due to improvements that have been made at the Kennecott smelter operation. They spent about $2 billion in the mid-1990s to scrub the sulfur dioxide from the smokestack from the smelter operation before it went into the atmosphere. And so those criteria pollutants have gotten significantly better. Ozone has a slow trend towards getting worse, and PM 2.5 is also getting worse.
It doesn't take an expert to see that Salt Lake has serious air problems. Not just professors are affected by it either. I asked a random person how they felt about the air.
My name's Joe, and I'm from Fruit Heights, Utah. I've lived there my entire life. You know, one thing I've really appreciated about Utah is our gorgeous mountains. Sometimes if you're down in the valley, you can't even see the mountains because the pollution is so bad. I mean, I love Utah, and, you know, I just hope that we can continue to keep it clean and, you know, not destroy what we've created here.
Is there any hope? Is there anything we can do to avoid a similar fate to cities like Los Angeles and Beijing? Maybe we can do something.
It's the collective choices that we all make, and it involves not only personal action, you know, how we get from point A to point B with transportation. It has to do with city planning on how the city itself is set up. The most significant thing that could happen right now would be the adoption of the Tier 3 regulations for gasoline and the efficiency of cars. It's essentially putting the California emission standards that they currently have in California for all cars that are registered in the state of California and extend that to the rest of the country. There are other things that can be done with regard to enforcement of compliance with permit operations for industrial sources. There's also a move towards trying to reduce the amount of wood burning that goes on in the valley during the wintertime, which puts out an incredible amount of PM 2.5 and other gases that contribute to our air quality problem.
Are we willing to take the steps to defend the city we know and love? It's up to us to make the decisions necessary to change. If we don't, Salt Lake may one day be impossible to live in. You have the power. It's your choice.